What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of REV Sports Wrap It Up. I'm Josh, alongside Little Ellie Soul. How are we doing tonight? Family.
Doing good. Yes, family all the time. Family in Miami. You're with family.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of family, but it's family all around.
I can rock chopsticks at this piano. I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, obviously we some other things happened the week before. A lot of sports are going on right now. We got all the playoffs. The NFL draft is starting tomorrow, I believe. Yes, it'll be tomorrow. So the first round will be tomorrow night. Somehow or another, people get really excited to see dudes' names being read. So it's a 3-day affair.
And I know that you were one of them, and I know that Tushka is getting very hype about it right now.
Yeah, well, we don't join a Dynasty League, as we've said before on Fantasy F round, but we will be doing a Fantasy F round to kind of go over the draft, to get you all ready for that this coming Monday. That is a plan as of right now. But what is actually playing right now is baseball. Depending on who you're a fan of, or whether or not they're actually playing, even though they technically are, there's a score, but depending on the fans you ask, I'm not going to name names or name out teams, but someone's wearing a shirt right now of a team that is technically playing baseball, but are they really? As we round the bases and kind of go over this early season of baseball, and your Red Sox.
Yeah. It was funny too. I didn't even realize that I was wearing a Red Sox shirt. And when I was just like, we don't have to talk about the Red Sox, but here we are. It's one of those things that is similar that we've talked about the Marlins of like, you're not a small market team. You can spend money. You have the money to spend on it, but it seems like you don't care. And at least on Boston's side, they know that their fans are always going to show up. Going to Fenway is an experience. Being at Fenway, even if the team sucks, is really fun. That's not so much the case down here in Miami for the Marlins. People do not go to games, which you can definitely see the difference in atmosphere when we have the World Baseball Classics. That fills up here at Marlins Stadium, but at the ballpark, but you don't really have that for the Miami Marlins, which I was about to call them the Florida Marlins, but they're not the Florida Marlins anymore. That was back when I liked them.
Back when they were winning World Series, they were still the Florida Marlins.
Exactly. But Red Sox were not doing so great, but it's a long season. As you always say, Josh, it's a long season.
A lot of baseball left. But it could be worse. You could be the 12 losses in a row currently New York Mets with that payroll. Now, granted, they did lose Pete Alonso. They did lose Edwin Diaz. But that still shouldn't be the reason you're losing 12 games in a row with that payroll and the players that you have on that team.
It's really bad when teams that no longer exist anymore but still have official Twitter accounts, like the Montreal Expos, right? At least we're not the Mets.
Yeah. Tushka's Royals, not off to a hot start either. They're in last place of the Central, AL Central at 8-17. But I do have good news. The Reds are in first place by 2 games.
Hang the banner.
We could have won 10 games in a row today, but we lost. We dropped one to Tampa. We almost swept. We only did a series sweep of that, but hang the banner. About 20 games in, 20-something games in, we're in first place. Two games over the Cubs as of right now. We can't hit the ball. We had the lowest average hits per game. So defense wins championships, or at least for the start of the season. We never win our opening day game. We lost to the Red Sox, and we've continued to win. And the Red Sox, they had that one.
Okay.
But it's nice. it's nice. This is nice. This is a good feeling right now. I'm not getting. I'm not there. I'm just
It's not
enjoying
your.
the ride. Enjoying the ride.
So where are you at in the cycle? I know the cycle's slightly different with the Reds than it is with your Cowboys, but where are you at in the cycle?
Not depressed.
Nice.
I am
Nice.
not depressed. I am enjoying the ride. I'm not getting too high. I'm not getting too low. I'm just riding the wave.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah. Because there's just too much baseball left. But to sit there, to say I'm not excited is, yeah, I'm excited. I'm liking where this is going. But I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. I'm not going to be hey, remember when the Dallas beat the Chiefs and the Eagles 2 weeks in a row? I'm not there yet of hanging the banner. But I like the spot. I like the spot
hey,
that we're at.
Your Reds did make it into playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that is a sign of things to come. You always want your team to always do slightly better to a lot better, but usually slightly better than the year before. So who knows? You might be on a good trajectory with your Reds.
Yeah. Yeah. Just Pittsburgh. I mean, every team is above 500 in that division. So it's like, really? We couldn't pick a year to be really good when everyone else sucked? But no, I mean, the Brewers are not going away. I mean, we're only 3 games up on the last place team in the Central.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Braves are 10 games up on the Mets and 9 games up on the Phillies. Like, there's not much separation in the Central.
It might be kind of like how the East was in the NHL this year. It's just like everyone was so good, and there was teams in the East that had more points than some of the teams in the West that made it into the playoffs, and they didn't make it into the playoffs, which like we usually see the opposite way where like in the NBA where you have teams that if they were in the East, they would have made it in the playoffs but didn't make it in. But now like everyone makes it in the playoffs in the NBA.
Right. I mean, they've always argued that with NFL of like getting rid of divisions just because like there's certain times where they have 3, like look at the NFL, the NFC North with the Packers, the Bears, the Lions. They all of them had good seasons, but because of the wild cards and stuff, now they've tried to add more wild cards to try and differentiate that, because then you had the NFC South that no one wanted to win with Tampa and New Orleans and Carolina. Like Carolina came out of nowhere. Take Jason off because now they have to sign their quarterback for an extension. But yeah, it's just sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles, and that's how they do division. So adding more like the play-in games, and they just tried to add more playoffs than switching up divisions because it makes more money. So they're only going to change it if it makes more money.
Yep. And speaking of that, are you ready for
playoffs?
I think we nailed it.
Talk about playoffs.
We're doing the playoffs. Go ahead. I know we got the bracket to show you all as well for what we've got going on. If all didn't hurt Bam, who knows? They might play one more game. We don't know. But no, right now, as it stands, I'll put it this way. Hold on. That was an ad that was playing in my ear, and I couldn't think. So as of right now, the Pistons just tied the series 1-1. OKC is leading the Thunder by 4 in the first, so that game's got a lot of basketball left. But they're surprise, OKC is up 1-0. And I expect the 76ers beat the Celtics, so that game series is tied. Spurs, now, last night, Wemby hit his head hard.
Yeah.
He's in concussion protocol. In basketball, he might sit out a couple of games for that.
Yeah.
They don't mess around with that stuff.
Yeah, not good for the Spurs.
Not good for the Spurs. So obviously the Blazers won that only by 3, but still winning's winning.
Yeah.
The Lakers are up 2-0 without. I don't want to put him over Michael Jordan, but what LeBron's doing right now at the age of 41 is stupid.
It is kind of ridiculous. And I think even now there's more of a discussion that can be made, where before I'd say in previous years it was no discussion at all to me. It was Michael.
Yeah.
And I would even like, if people wanted to have the conversation, I was like, okay, then you have to add Kobe into that conversation as well. But yeah, right now I think that conversation can be had, and I'm not gonna like scoff at anyone who picks LeBron now.
Yeah. So here's the crazy stat that I saw. LeBron, the most 25, 5, and 5 playoff games. Like they've scored 28 points and then had 5 assists, 5 rebounds, or 5 steals, whatever. They went 28, 5, and 5. LeBron, after turning 30, has 80. LeBron before 30 has 75. And the closest one to either one of those numbers is Michael Jordan with 73.
Yeah.
That's
crazy stuff.
It's just ridiculous on what he's doing. And he's doing this at 41. Like, if you go back to
with his son on the basketball court with him.
Yeah. I mean, he probably would have hung up. He probably would have hung up a lot longer, but he probably just like, I want to do the father-son thing that we'll get into here with the WNBA here shortly, with what's going on there, as far as parents and kids playing at the same time or whatever. But I mean, I think the players over 40, like LeBron already has like 2,000 points, and like the closest to it, like everyone, like if you pull up the list of the guys of how many points you scored after you turned 40, it's like, oh, well, they were like Michael on the Wizards. Yeah. He was a shell of himself. Dirk, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like they were just happy that they could still go out there and play it at a decent level at a certain amount of time. But I mean, LeBron's never had a major injury, knock on wood.
And I think too, you have to think about sports science now from when Jordan was playing or Kareem was playing, is that the way that athletes take care of their bodies now lets them have the longevity that they have. Now, the only one that I joke about now, because if you think another person who is over 40 is Alexander Ovechkin, who's still playing, and he has kind of joked that he's going to come back next year, but he's going to take the summer to decide whether he's going to come back next year. And they're like, that man has a Subway sandwich, flaming hot Cheetos, and a Coke before every game. So like he's still doing the old school, I eat whatever the fuck I want and do whatever the fuck but then you think Sidney Crosby too, over 40, still playing really well, although we'll get into it when we get into the hockey stuff. That come on, it's the playoffs now, Sid. Yeah, trying to think of like any other basketball player, any other, maybe soccer, Brad Guzan, and it's the goalies. Like,
yeah, probably goalies are up there. Pitchers in baseball,
yeah.
If their arm can hold on. You see them sometimes be able to go in there, like Scherzer,
but like still being like really, really good.
Yeah, Scherzer's like 40. He's like 40, 41, and he was pitching his ass off for Toronto last year.
True.
I think it was Scherzer. All right, right. Yeah, the guy he's got the 2 different color eyes. I think it's Scherzer. I don't know. Everybody in the comments, let me know. You know the pitcher I'm talking about.
Yes, I know who you're talking. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's like 40, 41. Nolan Ryan went up there. I'm pretty sure Nolan Ryan pitched in his 40s, but I don't know how good he was at that point. Yeah. But I mean, everyone could be on there like Toby Keith. I'm not as good as I once was. When I was kick. But that was kind of what Jeter at the end of his career and Kobe at the end of his career. It's like I can go out there and drop 60 can't do it. Like I could go out there and drop 30, but can't do it every night. What
Udonis
LeBron,
Haslam.
he I,
On the bench.
yeah. I'm not going to say anything because I hope UD watched the show, and if I say something nefarious about UD, he will be walking through my door. So I'm not going to make any jokes about UD.
He dunked on his last game.
Yeah.
So I mean, he had a very good last game, and it's probably that adrenaline of like knowing it's your last game.
Yeah, I mean Kobe's last game.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah,
Jeter had that hit his last game, but that whole season you can tell. Okay, that's it. I'm kind of getting that feeling with Sidney. I can tell. Crosby is just a little. He's still Sidney Crosby, but he ain't that Sidney Crosby, which stinks. But Father Time is undefeated.
And Ovi is not the same Ovi, but Ovi can still find a way to score a goal, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Now Stamkos isn't in his 40s yet. I was surprised. I guess just because when you've been that good for so long, you feel like they're 52. Where like, look, I think there was a stat. There's two things because I was watching a golf show on YouTube where LeBron was on there, and it was pretty cool. And they asked him, they said, when do you feel 41? He goes, when I get out of bed. He was like, I'll go to sleep available. I wake up doubtful. Like that. He was like, but if I can get going, I'm good. He's just like, it's just getting out of bed. And then he said that there's a statistic that said he's played against 37% of all NBA players in history. And he was like, that's not a good stat, man. Don't tell me that.
It's like, it made me feel old. He's like, that's the first time I felt old.
Yeah. Some guy was like, what was Wilt Chamberlain like, LeBron? What was he like playing with? Just the whole thing like that. And like, what was Dikembe? They said something about Dikembe Mutombo. It's like, what was Dikembe's dad like playing against, this whole thing. But yeah, so obviously I was expecting a lot more blowouts like we kind of did last year, but right now it's decent playoffs so far. And keep an eye on Wemby.
Yeah. What I would hate is that Wemby's out, and then like because of that, the Spurs don't do as well. Yeah. And then they don't go forward because this feels so much like the Spurs year.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he is out, if like for a good amount of games, maybe the Spurs can eke it out, and then he's good for round 2. So
yeah.
But yeah, hope heals up soon, gets through concussion protocol, and is safe to play. Don't come back too early. We don't want that. But yeah, that would be really sad because I think I'm low key rooting for the Spurs because of Wemby.
Yeah, well, obviously being a Louisville guy, I want Cleveland to make the least of finals. And I mean, they're up 2-0 on the Raptors. They look in really good shape against the Raptors. And I don't care if it's the Magic or the Pistons. I like them in that series too. If Boston is there,
boo to the Magic.
If Boston is there, I don't think you can see anybody beating them. Now, granted, Boston did drop a game.
Yeah.
But the Knicks are cursed, just like the Mets are cursed. They will find a way to lose. They created that weird tournament at the beginning just so God can feel pity on the Knicks. I think that's why they did that. So it's like, you won a championship, you're not cursed. It's like, come on, we know why. On that. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, right now what LeBron's doing is stupid. It's not supposed to happen, but
yeah,
you can't.
Stupid in a positive way, not a derogatory way.
Right. Correct. Does LeBron annoy me sometimes? Sure, but he's never done anything crazy scandals or anything like that. But I grew up with Michael, and I'm not ready to pass really give him.
I know it's our nostalgia.
Yeah. So, yeah, but you can't deny what he's doing right now is stupid.
The fact that you and I are willing to have the conversation now about it just shows like how ridiculous in a positive way LeBron is.
When he came back 3-1 against that Golden State team, I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But what he's doing right now, now that Luka and Reeves are out,
Yeah.
and he's still putting that team on his back at 41 years old.
Yeah.
What do we? Okay, I got no words because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
that's what I've got for the men's side. We've got some craziness going on with the WNBA. We got the draft. Not like craziness.
Not crazy. We got the draft, and I suspected this, but AZ Fudd goes number 1 in the WNBA draft, and she joins her girlfriend Paige Beckers with the Dallas Wings. So can they bring it back? They won a championship with UConn. Can they win a championship with Dallas?
Possibly. Probably won't be this year, but it'll be fun to watch.
It'll be fun to watch.
I've never seen Paige more frustrated than she was last year.
Yeah, well, that also had to do with just terrible coaching.
Mm-hmm.
But we do get a fun stat with this that AZ becomes and her mom become the second mother-daughter due to her mother. And I'm going to do my best, Josh, and try to pronounce her last name here. Katie Smirka Duffy Fudd are the second mother-daughter duo to be drafted by the WNBA. Her mom was drafted 62nd overall by the Sacramento Monarchs in 2001. The only other duo to do it was Pamela McGee, 1997, and Imani McGee Stafford, 2016. And then I put here as the next will probably be Sarah Strong, who is another UConn player and won the championship with AZ and Paige. Her mother is Allison Feaster, was in a first round draft pick. I think she was 5th overall by the LA Sparks in 1998, and who is currently the director of player development for the Boston Celtics. So you know that she knows her shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's just cool. We've talked about father-son stuff, and there's a lot of father-son duos who've been drafted in the NBA.
A lot of them.
But the fact that we've just gotten to our second mother-daughter duo, that's pretty cool. And we'll probably be more in the future.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As the league grows, so does that duo of happening more and more. All right, I'm gonna ask a really I didn't pay attention question.
Okay.
Where did Juju go?
Juju.
Other than did she get close to Washington where her alleged boyfriend is?
Let me see. Let me double check. Was she in the draft?
I thought she just sat out and just was going to focus on the WNBA draft. Because of her ACL injury. Because I thought she could come out if she wanted to. She come back for her senior year. I didn't think she was ever going to.
I don't think she declared for the draft.
So surprised. Because, I mean, it's Juju. I'm surprised because she didn't even want to play this season because I thought she was going to focus on the draft. I thought that was the whole thing. But maybe it wasn't rehabbing correctly.
Yeah. I was just like, I didn't remember seeing her, but did I remember that incorrectly? Yeah, she didn't declare for the draft. She's projected number 1 for the 2027 draft. But yeah, that's...
Huh.
See, you caught me off guard there because I was like, wait, she wasn't in the draft, but I had to double check there.
Yeah, because I was like, because I didn't see any news about it or anything. And it just dawned on me again. I was like, oh, I forgot to look that up where she went. And
she's still a youngin'. She's still got time for college.
She would have been a junior this year, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So she technically could
she's either going into like her junior year or her senior year basketball wise, not schooling wise.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of her redshirt year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. I did see though where BG is no longer with the Dream. I did see that. So they're still pretty solid group there with the Dream. But
the Dream is still so. What is crazy is that Chicago is actually bringing people in, which they didn't do beforehand. So it's like, oh, you guys actually know how to do that. Look at you.
Wow. It can be taught.
But we've seen Candace, Kalia Copper, Courtney Williams have all who have left Chicago and have said, like, Chicago ain't it. And like, I'm never going back. So it's one of those that I think still, because they don't have a facility of their own to practice all of those other things, I still don't think that people are going to want to stay in Chicago unless Chicago gets their shit together on a front office standpoint.
Well, they're trying, it sounds like.
On the basketball side, I still think there's some amenities and other things that Chicago needs to do to compete with other teams.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the men's ain't any better. That the Bulls are a dumpster fire. So
yeah, so they were like, oh, we got to share in the dumpster fire.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the White Sox as well. So
hey, but they have the Pope on their side.
They have the Pope, and the freaking Pope.
The Pope.
I think Bears and Cubs, as far as Chicago teams, are like the only ones that are worth the crap right now. So,
yeah.
But yeah, well, that's what I've got for basketball.
That's what I've got too. But I know you want to do a quick little celebration.
Quick little celebration. A golf clap, all pun intended, for Roy McIlroy. I'm not doing the roll. McIlroy. He won the Masters back to back. I think he's the fourth to do it. To win back to back. I know Tiger did it. Nick Faldo did it. I think Nicklaus did it as well. I can't remember who the fourth one is. And then Roy joins that. This is he's in now the top 12 of major wins total. Still has a long way to go. I think this makes his 6th or 7th win. Obviously, he does have the Grand Slam. He was up by 6 strokes after the first 2 rounds, so up 6 strokes after 36 holes, which is the largest gap ever. And then he obviously did what Roy does on Saturday and immediately lose that lead going into Sunday. And then Sunday, if you're into golf, it was an amazing final round of the Masters that I can remember. Sometimes everybody was jockeying for position. You had, because Roy ended up winning at 12 under, which beat Scheffler at 11, but then you had 5 guys tie at 10. So at one point, we could have had like a 7-man playoff at one point, but Roy did what we needed to do, just enough. Justin Rose, who's finished second multiple times, was up, but just couldn't hold on at 45 years old. So, talk about people over 40. Golf is another one too, which it's not saying a lot, but it's still crazy when you do it. Because I forgot how old Tiger was in his 40s when he won it in 2019. I'm pretty sure, and Jack was in his 40s. Like, there's been multiple like older.
How old is Rory now?
Roy, he's like my age. He's like 36, 37. So he's in his prime. Now, the one controversy that people said was, well, because he won the Masters last year, he now has full access to the course. Like, either you're a Masters winner, champion, that you get access to the course, or you are a member of the course. And you just can't just ask to join. A member has to invite you on. It has to go through a whole bunch of trials and tribulations. And it sounds like a really big, like, skull and bones type of initiation type of thing, the way the Masters is. But he basically was going there like every day and practicing, like, leading up to it. And of course, the private jet, all that, the green initiative, you can get all that stuff. But a lot of people were saying it was unfair because he could just go there and play it every time. I said, but he earned the right to do it.
Yeah.
So it's
other people have earned that right as well.
Yeah, other people. It's like other golfers can do it. It's not like he's the first Masters champion. So other golfers have that access. He just took advantage of it, and plus he's in the prime of his career. Plus he got the monkey off his back. So I had that feeling. I was like, Roy might win 2 more after this, just because he got that pressure off of him.
Yeah.
And this was the first one. Obviously, his parents weren't there last year; they were there this year. So it made that really cool there. But yeah, just shout out to the Masters. Scotty Scheffler is still amazing at golf. He just couldn't do anything on Friday, and just was way too far back. But to come back far back, Colin Morikawa, tweaked his back. Like his back was in shambles, but he's still birdied like 5 of the last 6 holes on 18. I mean, on his final 18, which is insane to do, especially as hard as that course is. So yeah, Masters is just something special about it, and it delivered this year. So congratulations to Roy on winning that, and that's all I have for golf.
Well, congratulations, and will he be picking more Irish food for next year to eat?
I don't know,
because I know that some Irish people got upset about that.
Yeah, like you said, make an Irish. You like the Irish breakfast, so
way better than an English breakfast.
Yeah, but that's not saying anything.
It truly isn't. But I will say what I ate, and I only had an Irish breakfast once. Where I went, it was delicious. Where I went to have an English breakfast when I was in London was one of the most disgusting things I've ever eaten in my life.
You didn't like cold beans over toast? That wasn't a good. That really didn't hit the spot for you.
Nope. Although I will say the beans were actually the best part of that meal, but again, not saying much.
You got to make something good out of that. Just,
I mean, it wasn't good, but it was the best thing on the plate.
Anyway.
And speaking of the English, because they like soccer, ready to go to soccer.
Yeah,
you like my tradition, my transition there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And we're transitioning into the World Cup happening this year, but even though some things have changed, some things still stay the same, which is FIFA is corrupt as F. Surprising
news to everyone.
Yeah,
no one knew this at all.
People have been saying, before you get into the story, people have also said, how effed up the New Jersey transit system is.
Oh, and that's in the story.
And it's in the story. So there you go.
So I'm going to get into a few little problems, and we're going to focus on 2 areas: New Jersey and Foxborough, Massachusetts. So problems with MetLife in New Jersey. MetLife Stadium will host 8 matches at the World Cup this summer, including the final, and there seems to be issues already. First thing, the only way to get to the stadium is by car, train, or bus. You literally aren't allowed to walk there. It is against the law. They have it written into law there. Because it's surrounded by highways, although I think there will be people walking en masse anyways. There's a bunch of Europeans who are like, you can't stop all of us.
Yeah.
We will.
This is the World Cup, not a random Jets game against the Patriots.
We have already seen how the prices for the games have been ridiculous, and the corrupt practices FIFA is using to ticket gouge. We're not really going to get into that there, but just know that it's really bad. Some of the things that FIFA is doing. I think there's even like a lawsuit like the European Union has against FIFA right now for their ticket gouging. So it's some bad stuff. But prices for public transit is also going up. First off, for some reason, FIFA isn't allowing, and MetLife isn't allowing any parking at the stadium. And FIFA has banned tailgating at the World Cup in general for all cities. So if you want to drive to the game, first off, you can't park at the stadium. Second off, even if you could, you can't tailgate. So you have to park at the mall next door that is selling limited parking spots for $225 a piece. The next option is to take the New Jersey Transit, which can take you from Penn Station to MetLife Stadium and usually costs about $12.90. But for the game, it says will now cost over $100. It was like $100 plus per person. Some reports stating $150 per person. And there's no discounts for children, seniors, or veterans. If you look at World Cup past, in the last 2 World Cups, there was free transportation in Qatar, and in Russia, there was discounted transportation when Germany hosted. So this is a really bad look for the U.S. as a host when there's already some pretty bad looks when it comes to the cost of things in this World Cup compared to others. I personally have a few friends who went to the World Cup in Qatar, and they have said that it was cheaper for them to pay their plane ticket and pay the ticket price for Qatar and the room and board and all of that than it is for them to get tickets for a game in the US right now. So just think about that. And that really is showing how much the price gouging has been for this US and Canada and Mexico World Cup.
Yeah.
The reason given for the over 700% raise in transit price is that the New Jersey needs to charge these prices to cover the cost of hosting the World Cup. Reminder that FIFA doesn't give these cities money to host. Money is supposed to be given by the local, state, and federal government to pay for things like security and whatnot. Which, that brings us to Foxborough. The city of Foxborough, where Gillette Stadium is, which will be hosting 7 matches, was holding the event license from FIFA due to funding. Foxborough wanted the money promised to them by the federal government before approving the license because their city would go bankrupt trying to fund the matches without the money that was promised to them. The government expects the World Cup cities to pay for hosting and then give money afterwards. So it's like, you pay for it and then you give us the receipt and then we'll pay you after. And Foxborough's like, we don't have the money to do that. You need to give us the money now.
Right.
And the government is saying no. And so they're like, okay, we're not giving a license. No games here. Well, the Crafts are like, we would like games to be held here. So the Crafts stepped in to fund the hosting responsibilities, and Foxborough approved the license. So there will be games in Foxborough, Massachusetts, but I don't know if there'll be parking, but if there is, no tailgating allowed. Which, gonna repeat again, the no tailgating thing is so crazy to me. Tailgating is a uniquely American thing. Now, Canadians, if you're watching us, let us know in the chat. Do Canadians also tailgate? I'm unsure on that fact. I just know that's something that we do here in the US, and I know that Europeans do not do at all. And for that to be taken away from American World Cup, where host countries are supposed to share their culture with the rest of the world, that's crazy to me. That's something that the tailgating experience is something that I know that my European friends who want to come to the World Cup, we're actually looking forward to, because I've talked about one of the funnest things to do when you're going to a live sporting event is to tailgate beforehand. Like, that is part of the experience. And since they don't have that in Europe, I know that there's a lot of Europeans who wanted to experience that and then probably also make fun of it a little bit, but then also have a good time while doing it. And they're not going to be able to do that because FIFA wants you to spend money inside the stadium or spend money at FanFest. So, Josh, thoughts?
Oh, FIFA. And the bureaucracies of things. No, New Jersey Transit doesn't surprise me. For what I hear about the New Jersey Transit itself,
FIFA's
never,
like, you thought you were corrupt? Welcome to New Jersey.
Yeah. There's a reason New Jersey's a butt of all jokes. Just like Cleveland. Cleveland is just, it's more of punching down at Cleveland.
Yeah.
Whereas New Jersey, it's just like, you can't ever figure it out, can you? Can't ever do it. Anyway, but shout out to MetLife Stadium for deciding to put the stadium in Jersey instead of New York. But yeah, that's where they were able to put it. The no tailgating thing is such bullcrap.
Yeah,
it's such bullcrap. Just a cheap line way to make a buck. I don't know if it but the reason a lot of times people over in England and stuff really don't do tailgating is because there's really no parking.
They walk to stadiums. They
walk
go
to
and
the
get drunk at the bar.
Yeah, they go they pregame. Tailgating is basically pregaming, but the soccer stadiums, like, they get out of their house, they walk about a mile or two to their pub, and they walk about another mile or two to the game.
Yeah.
You can't do that in America. You have to drive miles. So you bring the pub to the parking lot.
Yes.
Parking lot party. Okay.
And the games too, the pub games.
Yeah, the pub games. So yeah, and then there's typically like bars and stuff that do that. I'm surprised FIFA hasn't somehow gotten their grips on the local bars around. Obviously not MetLife, and Foxborough is like basically in a wood somewhere. So there's really no like local places there. Obviously, we're going to Seattle, right?
Yeah. What's crazy to me, and like, I hope that a lot of these Europeans and like Asians and Africans who are paying for tickets to come to the United States realize where these stadiums actually are.
Yeah.
Because I know it says FIFA Boston, but it's in Foxborough.
It's in Foxborough.
I know it says FIFA Miami, but it's in Miami Lakes. Yeah. Like, I know it says FIFA New York, New Jersey, but it's in Jersey.
I'll be interested to see some of the tourists that come over realize just how big the United States is.
Yeah.
Because remember, you see those viral videos of like some guy from British like tries to walk from one place, like, and they're like, no, Texas is pretty big, man. It's gonna take you a while if you want to walk across this stuff.
Or like the Americans, like, I'll tell them where the city I'm from, and they'll be like, oh, is that close to London? Because no, it's from here. And then someone's like, well, to be fair, 2 hours away from London is close to London for an American mind. If like you live 2 hours away from a major city, if you go somewhere else, you just say you're from that major city.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
like, did I tell people I lived in Franklin, Tennessee? No, I said I lived in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah. Technically, I'm in the Franklin Brentwood area, but it's just Nashville. Just put it all lumped into one. And also, like, Dallas's stadium isn't in Dallas; it's in Arlington.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're getting ready to move the Chicago. I think the new Soldier Field might be in Indiana. Kansas City Stadium is no longer in. It's going to actually not be in. It's going to be in Kansas now.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Kansas side, I think.
It's going to be on the Kansas side. So, I mean, there's still that team. That the name still stays the same, but the latitude and longitude and the borders have changed.
Yeah.
For some of these stadiums, but whatever. But yeah, doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That FIFA does this stuff. And the thing is that you have to pay them a crap ton of money just for them to decide to go there. And then they still won't stop.
Yeah. And I think it's being projected that FIFA is going to make like about $48 billion from this World Cup in the United States and Mexico and Canada, which if you look at before Qatar, US 1994 was the most profitable World Cup for FIFA. And because even if you have Americans who don't give a shit about soccer, we love a big event.
Mm-hmm.
And go to games like that. Now, I am an American who also gives a shit about soccer. So that's why I will be going in Seattle. But yeah, this is, I don't know. The tailgating thing really like gets me.
That honestly, like not the $100 New Jersey Transit up from $12 to $100.
I mean, that gets me, but the thing is, I'm not going to Jersey.
No,
so like
they'd have to pay me to go to Jersey.
So like that doesn't affect me because I'm not going to any games in Jersey, which I know there's other things in the world that is not affecting me that like still like affect me personally, like when I watch like the scenes going on, but we don't need to get into politics or other things of that nature here. But when it comes to sports like this, I'm like, well, I'm not going to the game, so I'm not paying $100 anyways. And I know a lot of other people are going to be like, fuck this, I'm walking anyways. People are going to be walking on the highway towards the game. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
So get ready for that, Jersey.
Yep. You're ready for that. But yeah, no, the no tailgating thing, I'm just like, come on.
The no tailgating thing, that to me is like, because that is such a part of American culture. And like, even so here, like in Miami, which is out of any other city in the US, runs the most like Latin America and has like so many Latinos, and you're hearing, but like, it is how we come together, and we're and I know in like other cities that have minority populations, like when they're tailgating, they're cooking their own food. It is a celebration of not just American culture, but other cultures as well, because you have people like cooking burgers and hot dogs, but then you also have people cooking shawarma or people doing this or that, like kind of like, and sharing food. And then like sometimes too, you just walk up to people and people will hand you a beer.
Yep.
And you don't know that person, but you guys are at that time, you're both wearing the same jersey, you're supporting the same team, you are one in that moment. And that's such an American thing. And then that was something that I was excited to share with the rest of the world. And we're us not being able to do that, that just for FIFA to make another quick buck really upsets me.
It's just stupid. I agree. I don't think anyone's be like, no, man, I don't like tailgates. I'm like, you probably weren't going to the World Cup to begin with, so that's not really bothering you. Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna go to a pub before going to the game in Seattle.
Yeah, Ryan will let you know where to go on that. But yep, that's just thanks for staying consistent, FIFA, you dicks.
Yeah. We thought Sepp Blatter was bad, but Gianni just as bad. Just as bad. But you ready to talk about another
playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
This time we're lighting the lamp. So we got NHL playoffs going on right now. And neither Josh or my team are in the playoffs this year, but that doesn't mean that it's not fun to watch. But it just means that our teams are not in it, unfortunately.
No. But if you want to know why we like why we always gush about playoff hockey, I'll give you the drop the puck, the Kachuk, and the guy just immediately going at it. It's just like, we've arrived. Yeah, they did do that.
They did do that. Kachuk got his ass beat.
Yeah.
In game one.
And then Hagel for the Lightning, he went up and like dropped the guy and did like the too small and like did this in the penalty box.
It's great stuff. It is great stuff. Everyone should go watch the promo the NHL did. And you'll get a little surprise by your favorite hockey show from last season that Josh is still on episode 1 and needs to finish. But they added some scenes from the show into the promo for the playoffs, which that made me happy.
What? I finished Shoresy. What are you talking about?
Shoresy didn't come out last year.
I'm aware. But sure. Season 6 did. Or season 5. Something like that.
All right. We're going to talk about the West first because we care more about the East. Or at least I care more about the East.
Well, I mean, do I know puck or not involves the East, so yes.
Yeah, but your Nashville Preds are in the West.
They are, technically, but I don't care about the West right now because Nashville's not in it.
Exactly. So the Utah Mammoth and the Las Vegas Golden Knights are tied apiece in their series. The Edmonton Oilers lead Anaheim Ducks 1-0 in their series, and they also play tonight, so score check.
1-1 in the first.
1 in the first. And fans may have gotten a little too excited at the Edmonton Anaheim game.
Yeah, I've got the Kings Avalanche game is what this is from.
Oh, never mind then.
But we can still do it.
We'll
you ready?
Get in a second.
Okay.
Colorado Avalanche. The LA Kings 2-0 in the series. LA, congratulations for making it to the playoffs, but you'll be exiting this round.
This would have been the Nashville spot. So
yeah, this could have been your Preds, Josh. Your Preds could have been a thank you for coming, but it was
I'd rather
to the
be
LA
there
Kings.
than not. Yeah.
Now let's watch the fans getting a little too excited at this game.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
All right, ready.
of the Wedgwood save.
Oh no!
And the entire pane of glass lands on Coach Smith.
He's going to need a shower.
Oh gosh!
A full hose down.
Adding water to the glass.
But you can see a shattered pane of glass behind DJ Smith.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah, we're clear. That, I think it was like a 15-minute delay of game to be able to put a new glass up. And then bringing the fans back, because the fans were just tapping on the glass, which you do, but I guess they were tapping a little too hard, and it happens.
That's not the first or last time it's ever going to happen again.
Nope.
And they encourage fans to do that, so it's just sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens. And then last up, we got the Minnesota Wild and Dallas Stars are tied 1-1 in the series and play tonight. Score check.
2-1 Dallas.
2-1.
And they just started the second. So early in the second.
Minnesota destroyed Dallas in game 1, beating Dallas 6-1, but Dallas was able to come back in game 2, beating Minnesota 4-2. Even with the blowout in game 1, I still believe this is the most interesting matchup in the West, and I still think that Dallas is going to come out of this. And it was interesting to hear pundits like a 6-1 dredging, and people are like, yeah, I still think Dallas is the better team. So
this thing's going to go the distance, 6-7
yeah.
games.
Yeah. Both Minnesota and Dallas are too good. They're just not to go.
This is the series. Yeah. As far as the first round that we talked about, it's just like these two are going to destroy each other.
Then we got the East. Carolina Hurricanes lead the Ottawa Senators 2-0 in their series. This is for past Josh.
They're going to piss me off and win the whole damn thing.
I know. And then you're going to still not know puck.
No, I'm still not going to go puck. Can't go back on it. Can't go back on my rule. So
nope. And I won't let you either.
No.
And the Philadelphia Flyers lead the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-0 in the series, and they play tonight. Score check?
It is the Philly destroyed them 5-2.
Whoo.
So that's thank you Pens. You had a good run. Because the next game is in Philly as well. So, and I watched.
I think the first 2 games were in Philly. These games were in Pittsburgh. Oh no! Pittsburgh was not the first 2 games because they were playing in the ugly home, like
Yellows.
the yellow, the piss jerseys.
Yeah.
I need Sidney Crosby to remember that he's Sidney Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
Not just saying that because I got Pittsburgh going forward in my bracket. I think you do too.
I think I picked Philly in that.
We'll double check later. But still, Sid, I'm going to need you to remember to be Sid. Now, obviously, I didn't watch the 3rd game, so I don't know how he played. He could have played well even by losing. But yeah, he wasn't really showing up at the first 2 games. And so,
yeah. I have the Flyers. I did double check. I have the Flyers winning the series.
Nice. So you may know puck. You may know puck.
If I don't want no puck if they win the whole daggone thing.
I know. The Montreal Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning are tied apiece in their series, and in my opinion, is tied for the most exciting matchup in round 1 of the playoffs. This is also a matchup that determines whether Josh or I bust on our brackets and whether Josh knows puck.
It'd be poetic if Hurricanes win it and Tampa goes out round 1. It'll be poetic if that happens.
It would be poetic. Do I actually think Montreal is going to win it all? No. But I wanted to have fun with my bracket and not think too hard about it. So I was just like, fuck it, let's go Montreal.
Right.
So if Tampa wins, I'm busted. If Montreal wins, you're busted. But the thing is, I did not put my puck knowledge on the line. You did. So.
Hey, you got to shoot your shot.
Got to shoot your shot.
Hey, as Wayne Gretzky and Michael Scott once said.
The other most exciting matchup in round 1 is the Buffalo Sabres and the Boston Bruins, who are tied 1-1 in their series. And this is one where I have the Buffalo Sabres going forward, but I might have caught into the hype. But we'll get into it. Game 1 was a crazy affair. Boston was up 2-0, and in the last 5 minutes of the game, Buffalo scored 3 goals to win in regulation, which if you're a Boston fan, that is devastating. But if you're a Buffalo fan, what a rush at the end of the game for the people in that arena. Mm-hmm. And we actually have some videos of the people in the arena, because shout out to What Chaos Podcast, who have dubbed this matchup the What Chaos Bowl, because one of the members of the podcast is a huge Buffalo fan, Sean DePaz, and the other is a huge Boston fan, Pete, and they were at both games in Buffalo, and I think they're doing like a live watch along in Buffalo for the third game, and they usually record in Boston, and Sean used to live in Boston but moved back to Buffalo, and they were like, you know what, we're going to just do the podcast in Buffalo and have a fun time in the city of Buffalo. And Pete went to the game with his Boston Bruins gear in Buffalo, and we got a few videos here from their vlog, so let's watch.
Well, when you're ready.
Let's go.
I love the people of Buffalo. God damn, you didn't have to do it to me like
Fucking
that.
one-way street, brother.
We said we would do it. We are here in Buffalo for the Sabres' first playoff game in 15 years. Sean was only one.
A little older than that. Very excited, very nervous. Welcome to the greatest city in the world. Fuck you, Pete.
I'm just happy to be here. Fuck you too, Sean.
Last night was genuinely the coolest night of my life. Like, that was the coolest thing I've ever experienced.
At about like 11:30 p.m. last night, I was finally able to admit, like, yeah, that was really cool. But it was heartbreaking in how cool it was, because it came at the expense of me and my team. We go to this like Sabres pregame party that's outside KeyBank.
Party in the plaza.
Yep, party in the plaza. Before we do that, we've got to walk through snow to get to the train. It is just straight up snowing in Buffalo. We do the party in the plaza.
Sounds miserable. Now, second video. You ready?
Let me know when I'm clear.
We're in the clear.
All right. Yeah. I just saw you had shared to that 1 minute, whatever it was, Mark. So,
yeah.
So, on that. Make sure this loads here. I'll get that one up. And I'm ready.
All right, ready.
Playoffs. Bird happily ass flag. This flag is about the playoffs. Sean's cutting the line.
Can't believe a guy's wearing a Buffalo wing hat. Buffalo. Who does that?
Never seen.
They've been waiting to say that for 15 years.
We're talking playoffs.
Ooh, that's a bad guy.
All right, we're done there. But yeah, we're talking about playoffs flag.
Right. Yeah.
And Sean had to get it.
Yeah. Let me know we're clear.
We're clear.
Okay. And then we got this one.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, ready. Look at that atmosphere, though.
Yeah.
The game tying goal, that was where Sean kind of started to lose it.
He's like, I'm just going to continue drinking my beer.
I went back and watched this goal just because of the atmosphere.
Pete looks so miserable.
Yep.
I think you know that pain well.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Keep going.
Oh.
We're going to the end, baby.
Okay. There's just nothing
But
like.
that's what you want.
Yeah.
Everyone standing up, everyone going
Yeah.
crazy.
They didn't do it in the second game.
Nope.
Boston took it to him in the second game. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yell back at them. They've been clowning you, dude. Get them.
They finally did it. In 84 years.
All right, we're good here.
All right.
But yeah, that atmosphere looked so good.
Oh,
Hey.
dude, just playoff hockey. Although I will say this: how dare you care? Jason. Get your fans butt in gear, okay? Carolina, you had fans
empty
left
seats in the lower
empty
bowl.
seats in the lower bowl in double overtime. Come on, what are we doing?
Y'all
We've
gotta
been talking
stay.
about the playoff hockey atmosphere and how great it is. And you see this, you see every game. It's just crazy. And Carolina's doing that? No.
No,
No.
that's why our teams need to be in it, not Carolina. I'm just kidding.
No. They are no. Carolina's really good. So.
We have another video here because game 2, as we like to show the fights, and had a good little fight going on in game 2 between Boston and Buffalo. You ready?
Yep.
All right, ready.
Trained lower body guy, as you said, who's been really effective for him. Different guys injured at different
Yeah, that'll do it.
Big hit there leads
That'll
to
do it.
against the Bruins, and the Sabres jump in support. Charlie McAvoy ducked down and delivered a somersault hit.
They just want some hugs. They're just trying to hug each other. Just trying to show up.
All two boys as they're McAvoy and Dunn are throwing punches over the linesman James Tobias, who's trying to keep them apart. He's doing this by himself too. That's not an easy gig.
In the background.
Aspero.
It almost looked like the ref was taking him down.
Schmitz, and he's going to go with Castellan. Two big-time customers here. Stanley trying to land a right. Castellan got it.
I just like how just there's a weird hockey culture where it's like those two other guys that were wrestling with each other were like, all right, we'll go. They started. Let's just stop.
All right. Don't want to get copyright. If you saw the scoreline there, Bruins up 4-0 in the third period. Now Boston did allow 2 goals from Buffalo in game 2 in the third period, but
I'm still here. I have no clue what happened with my
I was
camera.
like, was that me or was that you? Yeah.
I have no clue what just happened with my camera. You can just hear my voice, guys. It's here. The sound of my voice, good. Don't
We're live, folks. We're live.
Yeah, I have no clue what just happened there, but yep, I'm here. We'll just do that. We'll just have me canceled. My computer canceled me. Where can people find us? I don't know. I'm canceled.
Boston did allow Buffalo to score 2 goals in the third, which Boston, you can't finish out the game. The Buffalo going 2 games in a row, being scoreless until the third period. both says something about Buffalo and says something about Boston. Of Buffalo, like that's a long time to be able to score.
Mhm.
Even though that must have been a great atmosphere, game one, like in the last 5 minutes, you win the game by scoring in the third. But that also says about Boston not being able to close out the game. But if you look at the game, Boston's leading for most of the minutes in both
Yeah.
games. So did we sleep on Boston? And what did we hype Buffalo too much because of the heated rivalry effect?
I think we slept on Boston just because of the run that Buffalo has been on, but I don't think we overhyped Buffalo. I think they are just as good as we thought they have been. I just think it's the first time they've been in the playoffs in 15 years. So they're, that Boston's been in the playoffs for the past like they've only missed it like maybe twice out of the past 10 years. Like they've been living in the playoffs. So it might have something to do with that. And then at the end of the day, if Boston ends up winning this series 4-1, then yeah, Buffalo was overhyped coming in. I mean that should do it. But we'll see how the next game is, if I'm going to crown them as being frauds.
Is game 3 now in Boston? Is it a must win for either team?
It might be a must win for it's at that point now. It's kind of like what's happening with the Flyers and the Penguins. It's like the Penguins needed to win this game tonight, and they did.
Yeah, right.
Whereas if now that's going back to Boston, if Boston takes game 3, it's going to be tough for Buffalo to come back and win game 4, which at that point we're looking at a gentleman's sweep. So
yeah,
that's
then
that's
you go back to Buffalo. Buffalo I can see it where Boston wins the 2, they're up 3-1. Buffalo takes, and then the game back in Buffalo, and then Boston wins.
It could.
Game
It's just as far as must win, it's on Buffalo on game 3 as a must win. I'm not.
Yeah.
Boston's got the upper hand. Next game isn't a must win because you still have another game in Boston. Plus, you're already up. 2-1 on them. So if 3-1's a lot different than 2-2. So
yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I say game 3 is not a must win, but if Boston were to win game 3, then game 4 is a must win for Buffalo.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. Sure. To tie up the series. Now, I agree with you that game 3 was definitely a must win for Pittsburgh, and they did not deliver there. So,
no.
But it's not the first time that we've seen teams come back.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see. We shall see with that one. This actually, funny enough, when I was doing the bracket, and I literally was just picking for fun and like spending a few seconds. This was the one series that I actually spent like a significant amount of time thinking back and forth on. And then I just ended up going with Buffalo. So it'll be interesting to see if Boston actually ekes this out. And I'll be like, okay, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, how far do I have Buffalo even going?
Whereas, like, well, you'd look that up. Like, whereas, like, Montreal and Tampa, like, regardless of it, I chose Montreal to win the whole thing, but regardless of that, I would have chose Montreal to win this series because I cannot choose Tampa. Tampa is my rival, so I will never choose them.
And that's why I had the Sabres losing to Tampa because of if I know puck or not. So I probably would have had Buffalo with the run they were on, maybe even going to the finals, but Tampa was in their way. But I might everything might have worked out the way Buffalo looks and the way Tampa looks. So,
but we shall see. We shall see who comes out. I think the East is a lot more fun than the West. That was also the case in the regular season. But let us know who you guys got going forward. And can Sidney Crosby extend his playoffs this year.
Maybe about one game.
Maybe by one game. I still think he's coming back next year. There's no doubt about that. For me, now the doubt is Ovi, because Ovi is 2 years older than him. So
yeah, we'll see. Ovi might give some of that Russian gas. I've heard about that in the hockey world. They call it the Russian gas. Don't ask what's in it, but you can really start playing really good hockey if you have it.
Is it like the knee injections that Luis Suarez has to take before every game for Inter Miami?
It's some concoction. Ron Whitney from Spit and Chicklets talked about it. He was playing over Russia, and they were like, oh, they hooked him up to some Russian gas, and I was just like, it was like some IV concoction. I don't know what illegal stuff it had in it, but he was like, it rejuvenated me. Made me think I could still go. No, it was just the concoction.
It's the concoction. Do drugs responsibly. And I guess legally. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You ready to get weird?
Let's get weird. Allegedly.
Allegedly. So this we can thank Gift Taylor for the best name in sports. Josh, you want to go over these names and which one's your favorite?
All right, so we got Kyle Sackrider, Chubby Cox, Rusty Kuntz, Dong Dong, Johnny Dickshot, Stubby Clapp, Lucius. Yeah. Ron
You gotta say it.
Is it passe? I don't know if it's French. Steve Ho, you fat.
You forgot who's above number 8.
Ron Tugnut.
Yeah.
Steve Ho, you fat. Cannonball Titcomb. I don't know. Rusty Kuntz. It's just fun to say.
Rusty Kuntz.
We got Rusty Kuntz coming up.
I like Johnny Dickshot.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a good one.
Shout out to one of my favorite names of all time. He played soccer at Louisville. His name was Buck Tufty.
That's a good name.
That's a good name. Yeah, shout out to Buck Tufty. An actual name. That's a good name. And then he's out of Nashville. He got through everything. He's going to compete in National Spelling Bee. His name is Jupiter Morrow. So shout out to Jupiter Morrow out of Nashville.
Shout out.
So there you go.
You go.
Yeah. Oh, and then she as far as all name people, she's a junior golfer. Her name is Asterisk Tally. Yeah. Legally, her name is Asterisk Tally.
Nice. Yeah. Josh, where can the people find us?
The people find me and Justin talking about wrestling tomorrow at Ruckus Wrestling at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. Shout out to Josh from the Finstock Sports Network for joining us last week as we did our WrestleMania preview. And now WrestleMania has concluded. So we will talk about all the goings on in our recap of that tomorrow night. We also, Tushka and I, as I said, we will be doing a fantasy F around, planning on it Monday to go over how the rookie draft did go. I don't know what calling it rookie draft. The draft is for rookies only. But anyway, it's the dynasty brain in me. We've called it the rookie draft. But we will go over how that and how the cookie crumbles as far as where they went and the trades that happened during it could affect your upcoming fantasy season. So tune in for that on Monday at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And then you can always find us here at Rev Sports Wrap It Up at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern on Wednesdays.
Yep. And then the book is over there, so I won't be getting it, but we are reading it's Malcolm Older. The name, I literally had it in my head, and then it was just like, no, the mimicking of known successes. Yeah. There we go.
It was that Sherlock Holmes-esque book, right?
Yes, it is Sherlock Holmes in Jupiter, basically.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
But that is what we're reading for this month. So join us in the Discord. Discord's free. You can join the book club. You can come on and talk to us about all kinds of things. We do hangouts, and you can share sports memes, and you might have your sports meme featured here on the show. You ready for our moment of Zen?
Yeah.
All right. Adding to the stage.
Ready?
Ready.
Always dreamed of performing at the Queen Elizabeth Theater. You motherfuckers gotta get England's dick out of your mouth, you know what I mean? Pathetic, dude. We should be in the fucking Wayne Gretzky Auditorium or some shit. We should be in the A&W Auditorium. So I don't give a fuck about your hockey fucking rivalries. Fuck you. And your dumb sport you keep losing to America at, by the way. How about that? Fuck you. That's right. Be better. Be better. We don't even give a fuck. Florida wins the fucking Stanley Cup sometimes. You think they even know what channel hockey is on? Some of your grandfathers themselves over Canuck and big losses. We don't fucking care at all, and we keep winning, so shut the fuck up. We haven't even considered getting black guys involved. That's how much we don't care. The point was England, but now you got me thinking Canada now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, Stavi never disappoints. Oh, Stavi. The sad part is I've been making those type of jokes on this channel, and I can't hold a candle to what he just did coming off the top of his head.
Nope. See you guys next week.
Bye.